Hi, Collective. Welcome to your Cosmic Turtles reading. Oh, I just did one and now I gotta put my toys away. So just give me a moment here. In the meanwhile, tomorrow is that eclipse. We're gonna have a beautiful gathering of people. I'm pretty sure in some places hotels are booked solid and people are coming to see this, I guess, cosmic event, galactic event. Cosmic's a bit higher, I think. It's happening in the cosmos. That's how we figure. So this is gonna be exciting. I wonder what else. Let's see if we can center ourselves and see. Oh, I could pause these. Yay! All right, because I did a live the other day and I was like, can I pause a live? No, I can't. And I was like, geez, I can't. Okay. Uh, and I had to run to the bathroom and come back. All right, just give me a moment. Here, I'm just putting some of these cards away. I put them all kinds of ways. Say, I always put your toys away. We learned that when we were little. Might use this again. This one's good. And let's see what else. We are going to use the angel cards as well. Let's get my moon ones out. I have the Lenormand. Don't know the definitions by heart. However, I am looking at it like for the images, so it's interesting how we use our intuition to do a reading. I'm a natural storyteller, not to make up stories, but just to, if someone gives you a few words, can you make a story with it? Yes. So it's to practice your creativity. So, in honor of the eclipse, I'm using the Black Moon Astrology, and because these are two decks put together because they're the same size, and this little moon, it's basically Oracle. So there's two of these here. Let's see what we have for the beginning of this reading. Ooh, there's a few. Uranus, you're a genius. I like that. A lot of readers will say Uranus. We can. Uranus. It's card number 9. It's saying your genius could be in your chart where in the sign of in whichever one has the planet Uranus with in the 9th house, I do believe. So you can look up your chart if you'd like to know if it applies to you. So we'll put it up anyway. The first thought that came to mind, because my guides are funny and they like to laugh. So guides, the inner self, my entourage. There's a group. Um, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or you could have Sagittarius in your chart, and it says, I see. And so you're seeing something. Oh, that's why you're a genius. You're starting to see something. You're realizing your own genius. And with that genius, South Node, life's debt, you're gonna figure out a way out of a jam of sorts. That's card number 42. 4 plus 2 is a 6 in numerology. We will get the numerology out. The Sagittarius, I see. That one is card 21. All right, let me just pause this for a moment because I do need the bathroom. I just finished a reading and I put my toys away. I was doing an update and it worked. Yay! Okay, be right back. It'll only be a second for you, but it'll be a few moments for me. Is it working? Pause. All right, hi, welcome back. Yeah, I'm back. I had an idea. Usually they say you do your best thinking in the bathroom. I don't know why. Maybe it's the only place in the room that's the most peaceful. And, oh, just, you could stay there. I'll be right back. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Since we are in big energies, we're gonna light a smudge. I had an idea. I think I might go live after. I know it's impromptu, but I'll try to do one that, like, in 5 minutes, I'll advertise it somewhere. Okay, I got this big smudge, and I put it in here because it was just easier to put it out that way. I could take it apart, but it's a different kind of sage. I think it's a prairie sage. So, okay, let's light her up. Hmm. Come and see. Oh, jeez. Funny enough, eh? Used to smoke weed. Like, this reminds me of a big take it as you will. I can't smoke that anymore. Not because of anything, it's just for health reasons, lungs and stuff. So, for anyone that does alternative medicines, I think it would be more wiser to cook with it or to make it as a tea than to smoke it. Smoking is for like smudging would be the best way, but not too much in your lungs. All right, I'm gonna set this in the shell, abalone shell, and we'll just set it aside and let it do its thing. So once the medicine has been invited and it's around, then it takes care of itself, really. As long as you prepare it in a way that it stays safe. Any medicines, used to you learn to use them properly so that you don't have adverse effects. That's just like a rule of thumb for anything. I've seen myself make mistakes and I've seen other make mistakes, and that's why it makes me laugh. So I learned from my mistakes. I don't know if they did, but hopefully they did. Most people do. So I'm happy about that. Let me put my lighter away. All right, so we have Uranus, you're a genius, and Sagittarius says, I see. And the South Node says, you got life debts. And it makes sense in a way because if you're going to look into planet Uranus is the planet of expansion. Oh gosh, here goes my memory. It is late at night. Oh, well, I have 1, 2, 3 on the clock, if that makes any sense to anybody out there for numerology. If you've seen some sequences of energies, like numbers repeating, it may be significant to you. All right, this is a condor feather. Come from a native that passed it over to me. I have native roots too, and they passed it over to me, and I've used it for smudging purposes, for meditation, for channeling and connecting. So we have our first 3 cards with this pile here. These are we are going to use. So I'll put this aside on here. I got a little bit of a mess. I understand my own mess. Somewhat. It's good to be organized as well, right? It helps if you clear the clutter, you have mental clarity. Okay, where do we go next? Ooh, they said the Moonology one. Okay, the actual Moonology deck. Ah, okay, and I even put it where there's stars and moons. Okay, these kinds. You've seen these before. Other readers have used them as well. You say one, two, three. Now they're saying five. Guardian Moon on the first one, and five for the next. Okay, five for the next one, two, five. All right. First one we have is be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. Be bold and make the first move. So if we're coming back to the story about when you're looking into the energies of Uranus and it's activating your genius side, and then that genius side is like it's like smoke, right? But it turns into a fire until you see. So Sagittarius, I see. With that, that's how you can overcome whatever it is. Life's debt would be the equivalent of the karma that you need to go through. Some of you may be maybe what some readers may call you're going through a karmic cycle, or you're doing karma resolution. Like I read for both karmics or divine beings, it because we have a little bit of both. Just after a while, you have more than one than the other, or you have more than one, and you still have to balance so that it just eclipses out. You gotta reach that balance. So it says, be bold and make the first moves. If you want the universe to help you, you got to do the first steps for helping yourself. And the next card is communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So when you make the first steps and you're asking for you got to ask the divine. Whether you're choosing dark, light, don't matter. You're all in the same circle. All of it is within the same creation. Right now, after the eclipse, what's being talked about a lot online through the spiritual communities, New Age communities, alternative spiritual view communities, they're all saying the same thing. That whatever was of dark and usually would work, now it's going to be eclipsed out of realities, no longer part of this new template. It's totally being removed. People have a 40-day window. That could be the equivalent of the 40-day fasting that Jesus did in the desert. No different. Everything repeats. But it only repeats to that point. After this point, there is a window still. The eclipse could be the main thing that puts people in that path, and there's people that knew ahead of time and were already preparing. By the time it eclipses, they're set free and they can go forward. And for others, if they were in the karmic path, then it will make sense, or you have that clarity, or something will come through and it will set you in the motion of being able to resolve that karma. I went through a karmic time 7 years ago, and it was ongoing because it was attached with the dark night of the soul, integration of shadow. The inner child had been awakened. So that was the path then. Now, after the eclipse, going to switch and change a little. People that are in the spiritual departments are good readers, channelers, or mediums, or like even them, there's going to be an effort asked. And part of it is to have that communication with your inner guidance, the one that's actually from the divine and not disguised itself as an inner guide, because it could come from your ego. How do you know the difference? The next card actually says the answer when I look down. How do you know the difference? Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. You may be realizing this before the full moon in Leo, before the Leo portal, and or you may start realizing now and doing the steps you need to do that by that time you're on your way. You're good. I'm on my way. That's, that reminds me of Simba. The Adventures of Simba. So don't let pride get in your way. That's what I'm putting it under the card I see because it's significant. That's where we need to have our focus in a good way. All right. Oh, okay. Dark, the dark, the dark sun tarot card is this one. The images are not cartoony as much. They're more in your face. I love the tarot card in this deck. It looks like it's puking out of his windows. It's puking spaghetti or something. That's what it looks like. It almost looks like goriness, but it really represents a purge, right? So I love that card. Not that I'm calling it out. Right now, we'll keep the energies for this collective here. Some of you are great, like in-betweeners. You know you're of divine, and you know you still have some darkness, and you're balancing it. And there's things that are just going to be totally eclipsed. Yeah. The end of a hard path. Sagittarius is in here too. Yeah, it has to do with fire signs. It is 10 of Wands. This is how it looks like. Okay, the wands are always like, they look like twines, and that's how the wands are made. This is like, for some it represents a harvest time, and for others it's basically harvest time is the end of putting in so much work, so much effort in what it is that you're trying to accomplish. When you don't let pride get in your way, you have humility instead, and you're not listening to the ego, except just for your own self-care. You're not allowing the ego to be the master of your vehicle. You're allowing your conscious awareness to be in charge of your physical vehicle. Then you'll see this as a harvest time. It's like a culmination of all the things you've done, good or bad. So that's why you have the star going upwards and the star going downwards. The 5-point star if you want to. Okay, let's see what else we got. What else do we got? It'll make more sense with other cards, so I'll just set them aside and see what else we got for the collective. I just have bend them there so they're more. I don't like them when they're bent, so I rather shuffle than do the and then they all get bent. No, I like them straight. Easier to shuffle. And cards will still be thrown out, so there's one there. Too many cards, but we will take this one. This is the strength card. So it's showing that, you know, the 10 of Wands usually in the regular rider weight, it's someone that's carrying a whole bundle of sticks and they're going towards the castle. So it's like a harvest because you built all that. That's all yours. However, there's a few of those wands in my definition. Wands is what you hold, what you're passionate about, and some of it was like you take on responsibilities for your family because maybe you saw there was a need and you took it on. You may have put more on your plate than you should have. It was demanding, and in the end, it's worth it. So, in the end, what it did is showed you you do have strength. Right? I love the depiction on how they show the strength card here. Like this is a warrioress right there, and yeah, fearless. Not just courage, but fearless. Not even with pride, just wow. Okay, and there's two other cards that fell on the Ten of Wands. So we're gonna look at them. Okay. Queen of Wands. This definitely has to, right now I think a lot of planets are lined up. Like the Sun is in Aries, the Moon's in Aries, and Mercury's in Aries, Venus is in Aries. Like I think this is represents Aries, Leo, Sag, the fire signs. Um, Mostly Leo for regular, but it's wands, and the wands usually is with the fire signs, the fire element. So, geez, really fearless. A lot of lions in this reading so far. That's where you're standing in your power as a queen. You're queen of passion. That's what I call the queen of wands. And okay, she's not allowing anything to come in and disturb this seed of life that's growing within her. And that's your connection with the divine that you're creating. Let's get another card. Usually I get five. Let me get another card. So you've worked hard at what you're passionate about. And if you're an Aries, since all the planets are, so if you're an Aries, then definitely um, Aries is the path of self. It's the one that shows people by their own example what it is to master yourself. And each Aries on this earth will have different interests. So regardless what it is, some people it could be how awesome they could, how long they could grow their hair. Maybe that's their main thing, right? Or how specific they can be, or how many language they can learn, or you know whatever it is, it has to do with self-development. And a lot of Aries out there have mastered something. Some have also mastered the darker side, like how to completely alienate yourself from everybody else because you've held so strong to only your own prideful opinion. And that's all that would come in. And yeah, well, you mastered it. Now nobody's around you. Now you just, whenever you speak, nobody gives a crap because they don't believe in you because you don't believe in yourself. You mastered to not believe in yourself totally. Like, whatever it is that you set your focus on, you went in it so deep and so far. I mean, you went through it passionately all the way to number 10. Yeah, it gave you a lot of strength in that. But if it doesn't serve you, you won't be the queen. You'll be a queen reverse. So this queen here did do everything but to self-empower in a good way without having pride get in the way, and is totally protecting that seed of life, and the rest of it is like the beginning of it. Actually, the depicting the picture right there is the sacred geometry for seed of life. And when you continuously enhance that one and put it overlapped with other ones, it turns into the flower of life. So you're building something, but you're not allowing anyone to get into your mind. or you're making a decision on which way you want to go. No, you made up your mind, or you're at crossroads, or it's very balanced. See, it depends where you're at. You're balancing things. All right. Wow, too many cards. Too many cards. Not reading all that. Nope. No, no, no. The only one that came up face up is the, well, is it the only one? Okay, the reason why you're not allowing anyone to come in, like if you have a project in mind or something that you want to come as a goal, maybe whatever it is, you're not talking about it because swords has to do with the mind, and you're not saying everything about it. You're only saying the main key points, and that's it. You're not even talking about it. You might even come out with a subject matter or something it is that you've been working on for years and you never spoke about it, and all of a sudden you will. And then they'll surprise the crap out of everybody who thought they knew you. They will be offended. Just bear in mind, they will be offended because they figured, I thought I was your family. I thought I was your friend. I thought I was like your bro, your sis. You know, how come you didn't? Because it was between me and the divine and my own thing. And when I'm ready to share, I will share it. The reason why you're not is because before, when you did speak about these things, it's holding the seed in his hand, kind of like showing it. Seven of Swords. There's a lot of people that came to try to take it from you. And you didn't like that. So what you did like the Queen of Pentacles, and you just took a step back, um, got yourself grounded, and you started really, this Queen of Pentacles, you're very stable, grounded business person. And anyone that has their own business, they know not to talk about their business to everybody. They only, whatever it is that they talk about, it's because it's either already been patented, like my material's already patent. You don't know which one it is, so you don't know what it is exactly, because I haven't revealed it all. However, whoever does come out with stuff that is of my subject matters, like that is that I did specifically, and they're trying to reproduce it, just know it's patent. Yeah. All right. So, and you don't know what title I use. You don't know what it is. That's better that way. So, by doing that, you grew into the Empress, like the power of the four queens. And the last one that was facing up, two cups. And being this way, becoming that Empress, you, you're having more interactions with people where there's reciprocity. Mirror reflections. Looks like you're communicating with the divine. Divine is giving back. Kind of looks like that. Two cups is usually two people sharing a cup. It could be two people, different perspectives, but they're still having that respect. You still, instead of meeting of the mind, it's meeting through the heart. And that's how you know these are people that are there for you. That's that's how you got to know. Like even though there was betrayal in the past, all you had to do, and this card has been looking at me, all you had to do was just use your discernment. I mean, it's through the experience that you gain wisdom, through the ups and downs and the trials and errors, and that's how you gain your wisdom. If you keep yourself locked into a room, assuming this, assuming that, and not going out there with the experiences, with your courage, strength, then you won't have the wisdom that you're seeking. You have to get out there to get it. You have to go in, within, deep, for real, to get the wisdom that was locked in there. And a lot of times, to get that unlocked, you have to go into a physical experience on the outside of you. You have to participate in at least something. It doesn't matter what it is. I know people that sat there and played different video games. They got so good at video games, they did every kind, and they have a wisdom of life. It could be anything. It could be someone baking cakes all day, or cupcakes, all kinds of cakes, and pie cakes, and different kinds, and they still get wisdom in life too. Like, nothing is really done, nothing is in vain. Everything is like, everything builds on something. But if it's not built on stability, it'll crumble. Whatever it is that you learn, you're trying to manifest, it's back in your toy box until you bring it out. It's back in the Lego box in pieces. And then you got to take those pieces back and rebuild it again. But this time, you got wisdom. Now you know how to build a foundation that's sturdier, right? So, okay, this this platform, I only put two legs and I was trying to balance them and it took so much effort and I always had to keep that balance and then I had to realize, geez, I need a third leg. And then with that realization, well, of course, you realize that after the whole thing fell. And then once, because those pieces and parts are still there, you're not totally broken. It only feels that way. And then you get to rebuild, and this time with a third leg. Mind, body, spirit. That could be your Holy Trinity. That could be a way, especially for self-mastery, for those of you that are in it. I'm curious because I need to go check and make sure I'm giving the right info. So I have a thing, an app that tells me it still is. The sun is in Aries, the moon is in Aries, and Mercury's in Aries, and Venus is in Aries. Wow. We're totally in Aries. So it's totally a reset. And it starts with the first astrological. Wow, that is significant. Hmm. Congrats to all you Aries. You'll be saying, for what? It's been a roller coaster ride. I know. We'll be the wiser for it at the end. And that includes anyone that has Aries rising, Aries sun, moon. The first six houses really like, or if you have prominent Aries in your chart, like it doesn't matter. Um, but yeah, that's interesting. Hmm. I'm waiting to see which card they're gonna say. I'm looking at them. I have some on the table too. Hmm. The funky one? Okay. It's another tower deck. Oh, okay. Yeah. I said we need more words. Communication is key. All right, we'll do this one after. The mystic tarot deck. We're gonna do the ones with all the words. So the chakra cards and the earth cards. Yes. These are known for those of you that watch a lot of readings. This one's not as known, but that's the cover, like how they look like. So because they're all the same size, I just put them all together. So they say we need more words to like fill in the blanks in this reading here. Discernment was the first one. Use your discernment. Know that the universe has your back on an individual level. Okay. And there is a time of connecting. It's a time of reflection, and you got to be like just in solitude, not alone and lonely, in solitude. It's different because solitude, you're actually allowing to hear the divine speak to you, the creator speak to you, the your ancestors speak to you, either in a dream, in signs and omens around you, something that's significant. Ooh, I got this moon card that was in there. Not supposed to be. Oh. Yeah, while you're sitting there, you'll gain that purity of mind. Like you'll just everything will be wiped. You know, the loopy mind and all kind of it just gets all cluttered in there, and then you're trying to go forward and not seeing things as they are and making assumptions because things trigger whatever's in here, and you're like, ah. So it's just make your mind clear. You could do smudging, salt baths, a walk in nature, but not just a walk in nature. Some people are trucking along and all that, and it's the peaceful one, calm and peaceful. You know, it's I hear almost do the opposite what you usually do. If you're someone that's always go, 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 calm the fuck down. If you're someone that's always calm, 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 do something. Get your blood pumping a little bit, right? So, and if you're already kind of in between, then find something that is in between that you're already on that balance level. Just clear your mind regardless. Your heart is clear. When your mind thinks of something that your heart does not agree with, your heart feels like it's constricting. That's an indication. That is a communication from your physical body, which is your parasympathetic, your innate, is speaking to you with its wisdom. We're more than just what we think. We are what we feel. We have 7 chakras. Hello? That's 7 energy bodies speaking to you. So get to your expansion and get get to your Uranus and become that genius instead of being an ass. You are anus. Uranus. I still laugh at. I don't know. It's an old Greek names, all the planets, but it still makes me laugh how we translate it later in the English language, like how it sounds funny. Expect a good transformation, a good outcome. Expect transformation. Look at the buffaloes. There's a story, that the buffaloes all got killed and everything in the times of old there uh, with the conquerors that came in and kind of like wiped them out. And then this is showing plentiful abundance, a lot of buffaloes everywhere, just basking in the sunlight. And it almost looks like a dragonfly, but then it looks like a phoenix. It's like an energy rising through this native woman here, native man, native woman, yeah. She has a shawl. Keep yourself sacred. Man, woman, doesn't matter. Smudge, meditate. I'll get the self-care cards after. It'll give some ideas of what you could do for your own self-care and well-being. But this card says expectation. So expect the best results. You focused enough on crap and that's all you got in life was crap. Didn't you notice? You got fed up with it, right? So that's it, I'm done. Let go of the focus on that. It will still pop up to test your resolve. Understand, universe, you don't get away with it that easy. And all those that make life seem like everything's easy for them and like they always get what they want, or they got stuck and they got unstuck really easy. How come it happened like that for them? And so just understand the ones that are seemingly getting through things with grace. If it was done from here, it's because they had divine help, but they put in the effort and the proper focus and the proper meditation and the proper everything. They aligned everything they are to that and they expected the best outcome. And that's why it looked that way. And then there's others that they make it seem that way, but they really use deception and manipulation and crap. And they are the ones that are going through their south node right now, and they got they got debt to pay back. You did the crime, you're gonna do the time. What else do we have? So like I said, these readings are take what resonates. There's parts that are for karmics, or if you still have some residual karma to resolve, and there's parts for the divine beings. And if you how to expand a little bit further as well for yourself. Okay, so I don't discriminate because honestly, every one of us, when we first came in, whether we're a divine being or not, we still had to live out a little bit of leftover karma. If it's divine being that came in, a lot of you had a major experience at a very, very young age, before the age of 5, before the age of 10. And then some others, they experience stuff before the age of 15 or 20. So it's, and even if two people have the same experience, same. Like, I drowned when I was, and came back to life when I was this age. I drowned and I came back when that. Same thing. Well, my father died. My father died too. Or I got abused by my brother. I got abused by my brother too. You know, whatever, or by my sister, or right. So even though you could have two same, one could be a divine being on the path to, and the other one could be a divine karmic. I'd still say divine. You're not nothing. You're still here on earth. And sometimes you got to be the the a-hole to spark somebody else's development into the divine path. So, you know, I've been listening to all the different perspectives on it, and I'm coming to my own realization like we're all in the same reality. Like, okay, that's even relative. Time is relative, reality bubbles, our perspectives relative, our individual experiences. There's no set way, but we could go a roundabout way to explaining certain concepts. And the only way to really know is if you go through it for yourself. All right, next card. Expect the best. Be careful of those that are only showing up like on the surface, because you don't know the depths if they are of good or not for you. Always use your discernment. That was the first card. Understand that you or others, like I'm always speaking for the self. So this relates to you specifically, the individual experience, whether you're resolving karma or you're walking into your divine path. It says fragments. To me, that reminds me of soul charts. Like calling back your spirit, calling back the pieces and parts of you that you rejected because of what somebody else said way back, and it affected you so deeply you cut that part out and you denied it and you buried it. This eclipse's energies are bringing that shit back to the surface. So just know that we are all fragmented because our whole reality on this earth has been affected by a dark agenda that was allowed to be on this earth for a time. And after we walked into the 36-year window of changes, we're in it, or 18-year window. That's when the old template was being removed anyway, and restore the actual reality back. But the dark that are still here, um, they're still trying to have that happen to keep people in the fake matrix, fake reality, if you will. And people have nothing of it. That's on if if they really look. That's why they started doing all their plans real fast. Ah, I get it. Okay, so they saw that people were waking up. They didn't like that. So then in 2020, everybody got put in their place individually. Hopefully will affect their mental stability, and then they'll all go in depression. They'll be easier to control, right? That's one of the dark agendas. And then okay, fine, we're coming out of it, but what happened? People were still awake. Some of them even woke up in their solitude. Some of them went to the depths of despair and craziness and came back with the light and feel better and more balanced. Because while they were in their shakeup of craziness, because there's a fine line between genius and madness, right? Right? It's a fine line. It's the same spectrum. It's the same energy aspect. It's the same here, fragment. It's the same fragment. It's just a different vibration from one extreme to the other. If you understand what I'm saying. So, if you don't, just throw it out the window. Remember? Uh, these are for the ones that do understand. Um, so they saw that it was starting up again. The energies were getting higher and higher again. Oh no, oh no, oh no, people are waking up because the more that people wake up, the more it influences the rest of the collective and it kind of pushes and it makes everybody wake up and they don't want the big flip to happen. So what they're doing is they built something in the 70s and they only really activated it in the 90s and whatever 20 in the 200 2000s. So they built it and then that because that was part of that agenda. And then later they got it going, but then it wasn't going as they thought it would. And the harmonic convergence had started in 95, but they had started in so it's already been side to side, like the light, the dark, the light, the dark, the light, the dark, the light, the dark, the light, the dark. That's how it's been. Because the light is trying to reveal that we've been in a fake matrix and the dark is trying to cover it up so to keep having the control. Okay? So that's what fragment means. Let's keep it at that. Through all that time, what it did, it made people grow on the inside and have actual fortitude and more connection to everything that is. Look at how many people have actually started realizing that animals were always expressive. They always had a way of trying to communicate or make them, because they see how we are, so they'll try to mimic and show us. They're more advanced as well consciously. People used to say animals are just animals. That's just a cat, it's just a dog. Yeah, okay, they give love, fine, unconditional love. They're stupid. They don't know nothing. Da da da. And now, how many stories came out? There was a cat that saved his owner. His owner had a routine. Cats are awesome at routines. That's what they do. So he had a habit to go to his mirror in the bathroom, and that's one of those push mirrors, and it just unclicks. And he took his medicine for his heart. One day he forgot, and he was having a weird feeling, and he fell on the floor, and the cat went and got the medicine, and he batted it all the way to his owner and saved his owner's life. You want to tell me they're stupid? You you get what you give when it comes to animals. If whether you had animals around you or not, if you innately have that focus that you are connected to the consciousness of animals and you give that love, or you do research or you read about them, you're excited to discover about this, and just that love you're sending out to the collective of the animals, their collective consciousness, they feel that. And if it's a constant flow, they know who you are. So wherever you go in life, you could go to the other side of the world, Africa, wherever, right, and see different animals, you'll be okay. The animals will know who you are. So there's some, they were pet owners, par pet caretakers. So you don't own anything, but you're the caretaker, right? Um, so a lot of them that had the opportunity or be blessed to have an animal with them, they got to have that deeper understanding as well, and specifically individually with that animal, like like the pack leader of, like, you'll have that one dog that you train, but that is the pack leader of the rest of the dogs, but you're the alpha to him, and they're the alpha to all of them, but they all respect you still. If you follow Caesar Milan, the dog whisperers ways, uh, you just gotta give the instruction to one, and it'll be passed along to all of them, and they all have that respect for you. As long as you gave in, because you get what you give, right? So fortitude, connection with all that is, more connection with the Earth Mother, which is the divine feminine in her greater scale. She is our great mother. Our great mother is here physically. Our father is their spirit. Our father is in spirit. Okay? Because I understand I have an example. The mom, like growing up, I was fortunate to have a mom, a stay-at-home mom. She was physically handicapped, but she um she would be there physically with us, right? But if we didn't listen, just the mention of wait till your dad gets home. So he was there in spirit type of thing, and that was enough to get us to behave. All right, so that's an example. All right. Yeah, you're gaining more clarity. Ooh, that's the next card. More clarity and a reflection being brought in front of you. You're getting more clarity of everything within and on the outside. And with this clarity, it's actually expanding your perception. You're actually figuring out stuff a little bit more than what you did before. And now life is becoming a little bit, it's challenging, yet you feel now that nothing is in vain. Some people have actually, like, especially on the divine path, some people has actually realized, like, wow, now I know why I had to go through this crap to be able to get this wisdom. Because if I didn't go through that, I would have never gotten here. And they're realize it's changing your own perception of what they call the divine plan. And then you're seeing perfection in the divine plan itself. Okay? Because after a while, you start realizing there's really nothing to be afraid of. Be aware, because we're still in a 3D reality, or if someone comes up and slaps you in your face, it hurts. So be aware, right? That's what I say, expect the unexpected. Do you expect the unexpected? Yes. And the other person goes, smack. Did you expect that? No. That's that's people being silly, but I hanged around with a lot of boys. Um, yeah, so I have a quirky sense of humor, and I had a son. Yeah, the boy mentality. All right, let's get a self sacred self-care oracle to see what would be the ways, and then we'll overlay with another reading. I know it's a longer reading, but it's okay. It's a special due to the energies that are going to be felt, have been felt, are being felt, and will be felt prior, while, and after the eclipse. Because we have that 40 days. There's quite a while. We're still in Mercury retrograde, remember? That don't change even though there's an eclipse. Every time I hear eclipse, I keep thinking of that song, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Oh. Alright, let's see what we got. There's a few So take the ones that would be you feel would be interesting to try out, or the ones that you feel you would prefer. I have five of them. Nice. Five is a catalyst number. I actually saw 555 today. I saw 222 today. I saw 888. That one was like, woo, cool. That's different. Yeah, I was looking at a YouTube thing. It was 1144, and on the bottom, the likes, it was 888. And I'm like, oh, I'm not screenshotting that. I'll remember. I'm good. Thank you, universe. Through numerology, and that will be the next cards as well. Through numerology, we're also being guided. That's part of the signs and omens. But don't get too obsessed with these things. The expression, take it with a grain of salt. Now, this is very wise. It's something I actually pondered and got the message about it not long ago. I was sitting there and I said, why is it that expression they say, take it with a grain of salt? Then you go into the history of what salt was used for way, way back, in the time of Salem and witches and stuff. Salt was used to repel evil. Also, putting salt around your house repelled bugs from coming in. Not that bugs are evil, it's just they're annoying. So it also repels annoyances, annoying energies, whether they be physical or ethereal, whichever, right? So take it with a grain of salt means yes, take that info, but not for everything it's showing up to be, just for what it is. But make sure you have that grain of salt with it. So whatever is not real, that it gets pushed away, and then you get to see what it is about. Okay, take it with a grain of salt. that's that's how my mind worked. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, never mind. But that's something that come to my mind, and I was like, cool, I'll share it. Maybe someone would appreciate this somehow, some way. So let's see what we got for the first self-care. Number 37, music. Yes, music is food for your soul. Also the type of music. You want to feel better? Don't listen to depressive music. Hello. Use your don't be an ass. You are anus. Like don't be an ass. Use your genius. Okay? Use your genius. It's in there. It exists. So music. What's the next one? Sweet treats. Yes, comfort foods. Card number 50. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying put salt in it. I'm saying watch your diet. She is okay. Okay, it says sweet treats, and right away I went to comfort food. But then I really looking at the card now. Look, it's all like fresh item. Some candy there, but fresh, mostly fresh things. Like it's a mixture, a balance. Okay, so make it balanced. Next one, positive affirmation. This is on how you see yourself. Okay, be gentle, be kind with yourself. Even if you're going through a karmic cycle where everyone is not there and it's just you, and you're trying to go forward, and anywhere as you go it feels like it's resistance, like it's really testing your faith. You're almost giving up on the creator, you're almost giving up on the universe, you're just gonna say fuck it, you're almost there. Do this just to keep yourself going, okay? Because that cycle closes. It will last as long as however much you are stubborn. I'll tell you, I'm an Aries, I'm stubborn. Kicking and screaming, uh, and telling the divine, okay, I'll do it, but under duress. You're like, that's the child. I was like contradictory. No, I'll do it this way. I'll go the other way. Like, really. So, an untamable horse. I was a zebra. Oh yeah, I was a zebra. I still am. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so yeah, the symbol for that is the zebra. However, I tempered myself for my own sake, my own sanity, my own, you know, I do want community. I don't want to be left alone in a field. I do want community and connection with people. So because I realized that in my own journey, yes, the way I realized it was to think of myself better. And it's not even fake it till you make it. It's I can do this. It's not even faking. It's faith. Have faith in yourself. You can make it. And more than likely, maybe if you do radical acceptance, you can fast track your karma and actually get out of karmic jail a little bit sooner. You might. It depends how much effort you put in. I experienced a very harsh fast track, but the universe also used me as karma. So uh, I had to be willing to accept that as well. I said, okay then, whatever it is, I'll do it. Just let's go for it, even if it's painful. Okay. And I did. And I got here. And it doesn't mean it's easy now. Now it means I got to continue putting that much of effort all the time. Aha. I think once I'm there, I'm good. I could just do whatever. And then, no. Whatever it is that you got used to, and now it's a habit, you got to keep doing it. But then you'll start seeing abundance coming in instead of everything being pushed away. That's how you know you've just passed the marker. Okay? Just just letting you know. You'll have to put okay. It's because it's become so such a habit. It doesn't feel like you're putting as much effort. I'll say that at least. Okay. Next one, look for fairies. For those of you that like to go into nature and look for the little people or the sprites or the little balls of light or so for those of you that this would be interesting, you could choose this for your self-care as well. Some people that do this, they also build little altars or little tiny miniature things, and they'll go in the woods and give it to the fairies. Um, on the native side, we will have a little candy, mint. We will put tobacco and we'll wrap it in a little tobacco tie. We'll wrap it in a little red material and then we'll go and offer it because we know the little people are there and we're honoring their presence among us. They are the ones that are mischievous, and let's say you're looking for your purse that you just put beside you, and then you happen to look and your purse is not there and you're wondering how. Then you go look everywhere, and then you come back and there's your purse again. You might, if you tune in your hearing and never mind the monkey mind, you might hear a little bit of laughter in the background. That's the little people. That's the mischievous side of it. And there's also the little people that are from Ireland as well. Same difference, similar energy. And then the other one is card 55. You know there's a lot of fives here. Okay, card 55, write a gratitude list. Write down what you're grateful for. Whether you're a karmic, whether you're on the divine path, it don't matter. Write out what you are grateful for, at least to raise your energy a little bit more so it's not so friggin' heavy. Okay? Lighten the load by giving. Giving gratitude to what it is you do have. Okay? It's part of affirmation. Saying what you're grateful for is also part of affirmations. All right, so numerology. What's next? I did say we'd do numerology and the mystic. They said mystic one first. Okay, we already have a lot of numerology here. We got 55, Number 3. 4 plus 1 is another 5. We got 50, that equals to a 5. So that's 3 5s. 1 1, 1 9, 1 3. So that's 2 3s. Those other cards don't have numbers. Alrighty. And a 6. So for those of you that looks through numerology to see if anything matches or makes sense. And do I have any numbers for these? Some of them do have it and some of them don't. So give me a second here. Okay, this one doesn't. This one doesn't. So the green ones, they don't. All right. But why? It could be the print. Oh yeah, this was a different one. So this one is card number 30. So it is another 3. So you have 3 3s. 4 5s. 1 2 3. Yeah, 1 2 3. Is there 4? 3 3s. A 6, a 1, a 9, and 4 5s. Okay. All right. What else do we got? We're gonna do. Did they say this one? Looks like I just gotta move the tarot here just aside. But we're still staying with the main theme of Uranus Genius. Be bold, make the first move. Sagittarius IC. Communication is key. South Node, life debts, and don't let pride get in your way. So we're keeping those. Woo! Okay, it flipped, but it didn't go out totally. So this is card number 27, which is another 9. Cool. Spiritual partnerships. Some of you are going through what they call a pairing. Spiritual partnership could be the communication is key and you're speaking with the divine. You're actually doing the connection with your higher self. So my readings are mostly about mastery of self, so it has nothing to do with people on the outside, because people on the outside you may pair with for a time or a moment. It could be temporary, just for each person to learn what they need from each other and then move along. Any other cards? 232 on the clock. We have 67. 6, 7, 12, 13. It's a 4. Physical activity. Nice. Do some physical activity. Going outdoors, right? That was part of it. Go for a walk. And the other one, domestic harmony. Try to keep the peace. 4 and a 6 is another 1. So, domestic harmony. Make peace at home. Use your heart. It's on a blue background, so communication is key. And it's green, Merkaba. So use your heart. The other one is blue, is your communication, but you're communicating, you're receiving communication from the purple, your third eye. Okay. It's going to show you what it is you need to see. For those of you that wanted to go see the fairies, yeah, physical activity, go out in the woods, and you might see something. You never know. I find there's certain flowers that look like tiny little fairies. Like, that's interesting. One of my flowers that I love is lady slippers. They really look like little lady slippers when it grows. It's so cool. And I looked at different pictures online of flowers that look like other things, and it's amazing. what nature created. Ah, it's inspiring. Woo, we got 55. Another five. Adventure, go for it. See it, breathe it, smell it, talk about it. Go for it. I have one child, and he's going on an adventure. He's doing the steps to get there. He's going far away for a temporary time for something that he enjoys doing. And he's going on that adventure. All right. Oh, number 9. Completion. That's in the bottom of the deck. Some of you are coming to a completion of your karmic cycle, and you're finally going into the divine, into your divine path. Ooh, completion, music, environment. Wow. And then a compassion and abundance. Like it's just all the numbers are just doubling after that. Like this completion is going to bring a lot of good things for my for those that are, especially when you get out of it finally and you actually completed it, you're already like on a roll. You're already good. You've been doing and everything that you need to do so that you could uh, do right by your heart, by you, right? No matter what anyone is saying, you do right by you, by your heart. Not by the mind. They'll always send you in the wrong place. Huh. That's only been used, this is only to be used for calculations. Or I look like I have a bump. I don't remember bumping myself. Okay, well, we'll leave it alone. It'll heal. Now we wanted to go into the mystic one. I get distracted. I have ADHD. I'm used to it. Other people may not be. That's okay. I'm the one that has to live with it. I try not to impose it on others, though. Yeah. So let's get something from the mystic. Ooh, this came up today. Strength again, but this time instead of a lion, it's a tiger. White tiger, strength card. We're going to take it. We're going to put it on top of don't let pride get in your way. I got the eye of the tiger. It's card number 8 for Major Arcana strength card in this deck. Strength. You got the strength. You got the moves. Yeah, music's coming through. Did you know there's a song for everything and anything and any subject matter that exists? There is a song, okay, for anything that would be discussed freely in the public, right? There may be songs about other ugly stuff, but whatever. I'm just talking about like a regular, normal, day-to-day, living a human experience with no dogma and crap and all that. Just, even that, there's songs for that. There's a song literally for everything. Once you start knowing it, once you start aligning to that, you're like, I just locked myself in this bubble. And now everywhere as I go in the last week, I've had these songs or these lyrics pop up that had to do with the situation I was going through. It's driving me nuts. That's your inner child being activated when you're doing that, which means that you'll be integrating another piece of shadow, which means you will get great strength from it and understanding and clarity. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Okay, what else do we have for this collective? This is the next overlay on top. So it's whichever energy that is asking it the most. Okay, let's see from the first card which energy. Woohoo! Judgment card! Ha ha ha! That's what the eclipses does. Judgment card. Look at that. Gotta go through that door and down that hallway before you can make it to that door at the other end. And that's if you even make it to that door. Judgment. Judgment is definitely on the table. Judgment, rapture. Anubis with the scale, and he's got a feather, and he's going to put your heart on the other part and see if your heart is heavier than the feathers or lighter than the feathers. Like, this is what's going on in this next approximately 40-day window there. Approximately 40-day. I think it started prior to the eclipse, actually. It could have started post-shadow of Mercury retrograde. So there's people that's been feeling it ahead of time. I'm someone that's sensitive. I'll feel stuff ahead of time. I kind of laugh and giggle whenever I know readers that are like spot on with energies and I see them be spot on. Then of course everybody has their own life, right? One's a student, one's a mama, one's a single mom, one's like different readers. And when I come out with a reading and it comes out, because sometimes I'll feel stuff ahead of time and I'll come out and I'll do a reading. And then the week after, their readings are reflecting what I had done the week prior. And I'm like, okay. Because it goes like in a circle. Sometimes I'll get busy and I'm not putting anything out or whatever. And then they're bringing the info out and it's like, oh my goodness, the energies are matching. Or we're using the same decks and the same cards are coming out, especially on the same day. That is amazing. There's one reader. I did a card reading yesterday. Anyway, and one of the cards that came out, Divine Matrix from the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle, that came out and I was even surprised. Like, really? Like, that came out today? Like, because I know this other person does dailies, but I work a lot, so uh, I try to do every day, but ooh, one, that's too many, but we'll go with the story of too many. They just want 3 on the table. Okay, so what's the other one? King of Wands. Cool. So, especially we're in Aries, you have the strength to go through the judgment hallway here between the two doors. It's kind of like between the two eclipses. You have the strength to not uh, have your emotions disturb your clarity of mind. Okay, just know that for those of you that are seriously in the Aries energy in your chart. Okay, now let's see what happens to you at this point because I did ask for the strongest energy, so now it's more specific within the collective. If it does resonate, take it. Don't try to make it fit, and if it doesn't, just throw it out the window. So, for you that are in between the two doors, in between the eclipses, I guess, the Judgment Day, you do have the strength to go through it. And it's like, I got the eye of the tiger, louder than a lion. Okay? So you're the King of Wands. You're the one that can make it through, actually. And you're not allowing your pride to get in your way, which is actually really good for a fire sign. Nice, you've tempered yourself in a good way, which is allowing you to go through smoothly between these two doors. Because you're doing it successfully, frig, it's all major arcana. You get the Wheel of Fortune that will turn in your favor. Okay, hopefully you can see it. I'm sorry for the glare, guys and gals. Okay, and justice will, how do you say it? Will be revealed. Justice will be done. Will be made. Like, uh, oh, you'll meet up with an air sign or someone that's quick, fast moving energies. Knight of Swords. Mm. Well, this person's gonna come in as a knight and all that. It's just fast, fast, fast. Like I have ADHD, or it's kind of like that. But they're just trying to, like a good salesperson that speaks real fast and all that. But the next card is the Princess of Swords, and that reminds me, that's the Page of Swords, I think. Yeah, it's the Page of Swords. So it's gonna come in with a very, it could be someone that comes in, but it could have like feminine energy. It's a feminine masculine. You don't know which energy they're actually, but they're like a player type, and they're trying to basically fuck with your mind. So justice is gonna be placed on these people that were coming in real fast just to cause disruption. They came in very immature. Like you only see the immatureness in the background once you look at it, but justice is coming in to actually balance about these energies that used to disturb you. And then after that, I just put it under domestic harmony. Cool. So it could be the youth acting up as well, and you're just putting them in their place where they learned their lesson. Um, and then the other one is Princess of Cups, so that's the Page of Cups. So someone's coming in with an offer. Someone's coming in with an offer, offering you a cup while you're in between there. It's trying to offer you a cup of love, an offering of type, and all that. And usually the Page of Cup has like a little fish in the cup. It's like something's not right here. So, like you're being tested all kinds of ways as the King of Wands. You were promised your mind would be kept clear while you're going in between. So you're going to see all these dynamics happening, or you have been seeing these. So this next card is Four Cups, is basically that you're not taking what comes from another person. You're actually grateful for what it is you have in front of you, and you're praying, like you're putting yourself in the receiving mode to only receive from the divine. You're not gonna accept what people are trying to offer you. It's like this person's on their knees, like, please, please, please love me. I'm the one you've been waiting for. And they look like, here, I'm the one, I'm the one, making themselves look so pitiful. So even that energy is going to be balanced, because the next card just said it, like, no, you're just sitting there serenely, like between palm trees. I love that. You're looking at what you do have, you're being grateful for what you do have, and just behind you or above you is coming down slowly, and you're going to receive what it is that you've been asking. You want your cup filled by the divine. And with that, then you will be able to receive from someone else that did this too. Right? Right. Um, yeah, yeah. If you wait long enough, you'll end up having the Queen of Cups come towards you. This could be male or female, so don't worry about the genders in the cards. It's just speaking of an energy. Um, So basically, yeah, the right one will show up because you've been meditating. You've been doing your own self-care. You've been grateful what you do have, and you've been waiting for the divine to bring. And it is bringing in you. This is the um, Four Cups, and it's bringing you the Queen of Cups. It is going to show up. It's going to come into your. Ooh. Oh. Okay. All right. So just bear in mind this Queen of Cups, male or female. Um, the difference, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. King of Cups don't show his emotions in his face, although he's full of emotions. Queen of Cups uses emotions as her fuel, and the King of Cups doesn't allow it to show, although he also uses his emotion. The Queen of Cups would show her emotions a little bit more. Well, this one might not show everything, because that's why the rest of the cards are more showing like what this Queen of Cups went through. She went through the Nine of Swords. Like it, she went through a lot of anxiety and sleepless nights, and just thinking about all the different people that hurt her, especially eight of swords, especially the ones that made her feel like she was stuck and she couldn't get out of a situation. It could be also telling you that your divine counterpart may not show up yet because they're going through this and they are still in between the two doors. They haven't finished it yet. It doesn't mean it finishes at the eclipse. It just means there's a window of the eclipse energies, of the in-betweens, and it depends which bubble of reality you're at. Although all of us are living it in the present moment, not all of us with all our different aspects of ourselves, our fragments, right? They're not all together in the present moment yet. Okay. So just know that your queen, your king, your queen, your divine counterpart is coming towards you. It's just they're dealing with their own anxieties right now. They may feel stuck in a situation um, that they're trying to balance themselves out. This is the Two of Pentacles and has to make a choice. They got to balance everything and get themselves out of that rut before they can be ready to come and see you. And you know what? The divine, the creator, sees all. This is the Hierophant. This is my card that represents the creator. So he sees all and it knows when to bring in the opportunity for this truth. Ace of Swords, for this truth to actually be revealed, lived, spoken about. So even though they're not here yet, you could still speak to your divine counterpart. You could do a meditation or a prayer for them. You know, you could express that love ahead of time. They will receive it. Just know that, okay? And you'll be surprised. Even though they're going through all this crap, they might feel it and say, thank you, and I pray that you're doing all right too. Like, even though, because those that do have the divine counterparts are the ones that are on the divine path. Those that are still locked into a divine karma cycle, this is not what's going on. This is not your reading. Okay. Wow. This got deep. There's a lot of fives. The lion turned to a tiger. It's beautiful. All right. What else did we say we're gonna use as well? Oh yeah. No, not that one. Divine counterpart. We're gonna go with galactic symbols, and we're gonna mix it a little bit. Okay. What do we have from the? I'm gonna do it upside down like that, so I don't see the symbols, and that way I can't see all the words like real fast when I'm no. Not that good. I know people that could throw change in the air and grab it, and they already tick, 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 they could see it like I'm. No, I wear glasses. That's not. I'm so happy someone can. That's not my gift, but I'm really inspired when people can do that. Okay, what hell? What is it for the collaboration? Card 32, which is a 5 again. 3 plus 2 is 5. There's a lot of fives, a lot of changes, major changes. Okay. A partnership or joint venture brings a dream forward. This could be a business or a romantic partnership, a group holiday, or a collective investment. There are so many ways of working together for greater, faster results. Overall, a collaboration will be well received, welcomed, and result in stronger bonds and wonderful shared experiences with like-minded souls. How amazing is that? Wow. Okay, yeah, that says it all. Okay, and the other one was Starseed Oracle. Oh, okay. I asked for one. They said yes, no. Like I can if I want to, because it's my choice. I don't really have to ask. It's really my choice at this point where I am. Others, I've seen readers, they have to ask because they're still doing the trust building exercises with the divine to absolutely know that the divine has your back. So I understand where they're at. Like they're excellent readers. Don't get me wrong. you could be great at this. It's just you haven't finished this part. You know, like that's it. It doesn't take away from your abilities. Although some parts of you, like the fragments, some parts of you, you gotta have at least a stable foundation. That's it. All right. All that is in my course anyway. It's not being released yet. There's a timing that I'm listening for because it'll come when it's ready. When when it's ready on both sides. So instead of divine abundance, because they did a suggestion that well, how about yes, no answer? The angel cards. Like okay, we'll do that. All right. So first we'll get the Starseed Oracle. What do we have for this collective? Well, actually, this will be for all the people in the collective here that are still listening. What's the first one? No limitations. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. What else do we got? Wow, okay, now we have a whole bunch. Either that or I'm my ADHD or whatever. Mercury retrograde, it affects my communication. I do know how to talk. I know how to talk sign language. I understand just a little bit. Just a little bit. I like to help. But I love languages. I love it. Okay, so what do we got? Blue flame. Did I show you the, okay, no limitations, right? Okay, blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. Yes, indeed it is. Love. Look at that. Yeah, blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you, and then love. Live your truth and share the love that is in your soul. And magnificent. Aw, you are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. You are enough. And that could go for the ones that the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups here that's going through the anxiety. Like she's got to realize you are enough. Okay? No matter what crap you went through before. Now these were face down, so let's go with those. Maybe these are the ones for the other group. Okay. Wisdom. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. That's how you gain wisdom. If you're on the karmic path, this really helps. Okay. Uh, Patience. Yes, for the karmic. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Okay. Well, that's for any human on earth. We're not naturally patient. Not, not really. Okay, this one. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. Stop faking. Become instead. Be you. Signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. Okay? If you can't go look inside, you can't hear anything, you don't see any colors, you don't sense because you've been numb for a while, at least look for the signs. There's always a communication that's there for you, regardless. You could be deaf and you're not hearing the bird going chirp, 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 but you saw the leaf going a certain way. Or the bumblebee, whatever it is, right? You saw. And if you're blind, you could have heard something. And if you're deaf and blind, you may have felt something. So no matter how you're made, however experiences had you, you're like putty, right? It formed you to be a certain way. However it is that you are, or that you think that you are, just know that the universe is always going to be loving towards you. The only reason it hurts is because you looked away from the Creator, because you feel the Creator has broken your trust at one point, because you went through an extreme trauma and it wasn't fun. Release the blame from the Creator. Has nothing to do with it. It was your own soul, which you had no idea had all this set up, so that you'd be broken to a point of breaking open. It hurt, and you didn't have the understanding, you didn't have support, you didn't feel like you even wanted to be here on Earth. The universe still always sent something, always made its presence known, whether you were able to receive it or not, or perceive it or not. It's there that when you go past a certain marker, when you go past because you chose to, that when you turn around and you look, you will see the Creator was always there for you. But you only get to know that after you have to have faith that the Creator is there with you first, before you even get that answer, to get that answer. Okay? I went through that like that, with the mix-up, and it's enough to... No, I went through it. That's why I can speak about it. It's not like I came into this experience and already all knowing. No, no, no. I went through stuff too. And, well, I got bold and I made the first moves. I said, Creator, I want to face up to all my fears, because if I do that, then it'll clear the path and I'll be able to get to a more enjoyable life. At least I won't be afraid, right? And so that was the first step I did. That was the beginning of my genius kicking me in the ass. I still love that. Uranus. Uranus genius. That's gonna keep me laughing all night. Uh, allow your genius to kick you in the ass, so that you can get to finally, get out of the south node with life's debt, so you can finally resolve this and get into your north node, which is the part of astrology where you excel the most at, and that's your authentic self. All right, collective, this has been your reading. It's been was there something else? Oh, yes, okay, sorry. The yes, no. The yes, no. Yes, no, maybe so. I'll do three piles. Oh, they said five. Okay, never mind. Pick 1 to 5. It's gonna come out, and we're using these angel answers cards. 5 pals. So pick 1, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, pick 5. Pick all of them if you want. You could pause, ask a question. Yeah, it's 5 questions. Or your answer is, or your one question is in one of the 5 piles. It's up to you how you want to do it. If you got 5 questions, good. If you don't, you just have one, just pick a pile. And that'll be your answer. Alright? So I'm just going to get them all out first. And I'm going to allow them to just fall. I'll make sure that I set the first one came out. Second one came out. First one is a blue color. Second one is a gold color. It's only blue, gold, and third one is a gold color. And there's pink. It's 3 colors in them. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, play with me. Woo, woo. I'm gonna keep them face down so I don't get whatever. So I feel a lot. So I don't want to see it. I want to be there for the reveal, just like anybody else. All right. Waiting for the 5th card. Every day. Look at. triangle line up, I guess. Not coming out yet. People are like, I don't want that one. I want that one. Okay, I'll leave it alone. There is another one. Okay, perfect. Okay. Once you unpause, you can go look. All right. Answer for pile number 1. The answer is there's something better. Pile number 1, that's your answer. Those that chose pile number 2, within the next few weeks. Those of you that chose pile number 3, within the next few months. Those of you that picked pile number 4, in the near future. And those of you that picked pile number 5, which had a hard time to come out, which a lot of number 5s in this whole reading all together, trust. How amazing is that? It's really relevant, this one. All right, collective, this has been your reading. Thank you for all of you that came to see. Oh my goodness, it's almost been 2 hours. I'm glad. All right, good. Enjoy the eclipse today. Or if you have, integrate that information. And we'll see you another day.